how to install an electric push pad like a locksmith. Let's go. I like to verify first all of our goodies are here. Now let's find the patient. So this is where it's going to go. Let's remove the deadbolt. Two more screws. Now that we got that loose, let's take it off. Let's take off this latch. Okay, now that we got all the old hardware out, time to install the new stuff. Step 1. There's our new latch. Here is one of the most important parts. That says up. This is up. We put this inside of this. Uh-oh, we have a problem. Notice how this is not in the center. See how offset it is? Let's fix that. This part right here is where a lot of amateurs have problems. We can fix that. This is not a big deal. That strike is made for amateurs. This is all you do. See that? We just made the latch longer. Remember where up is. It's this way. Let's put this new latch back in. Let's try it now. Now look at that hole, right in the middle. That is exactly where we want it. Reinstall the latch screws. Notice these are a different color. It came with the right color. Do not over tighten. I repeat, do not over tighten the screws. Now that we got those screwed in, a very important part. Let's shut the door, make sure those screws clear, make sure the latch clears, which it does perfectly. Step number 2, install the strike plate. But we have a double door and it already has a strike plate cut in, so we don't need this one. Let's move to step number 3. There's our back plate. And here are the screws. Let's put this guy on. So we can tell because this has the spindle, this is going to be the face of the lock. And this is going to be the inside back of the lock. Let's take this guy apart. Let's dump it out. Let's spread it apart. Bill, there's no screws on here. There's the screw holes right under that cap. Remove that cap. There is our screw holes. Okay, let's put this guy through. Put the wire through first. Put the spindle through the latch. And it comes out the other side. So remember that black plate? Let's put that black plate on there. This is where the screw holes are going to go through. See how the wire comes through? Hold that wire. Now this is kind of holding itself on. Now we're going to tighten these screws. First we're going to snug them, just not very tight at all, because we need to make sure that's straight and we don't want this thing crooked either. Let me show you how tight I put these on initially. Right there, that's it. Snug enough that now everything holds itself up. Line this up with the edge of the door. If you have to tap it, just tap it a tiny bit. Once it gets to where you want, you're gonna put your hand on it, finger on it, and never let it go until that is tight. Once you get that on, go ahead and step outside the door and make sure it lines up with everything. It's not crooked. Interesting that this is black, this is brass, but that's what they bought, and I'm just installing what they have. Before you move to the next step, also make sure that this is straight and not crooked, because this is where the battery pack is going to go. If that is crooked, this will be crooked. Now we need to connect this wire to where the battery pack is. It only goes one way. That plugs into that. There we are. Now we put this on here. Before you tighten anything, make sure it throws the latch, which means we're lined up. Now we're going to put the screws right in through here. Very important right here on these two screws. Do not over tighten the screws. Don't over tighten them. Let's install some batteries. Remember, the negative side always goes to the spring. Just like that. Positive side, that little point, goes away from the spring. Now this part is very, very important. When you install this last battery, make sure the door is open because it's going to want to throw the latch. The lock does not know what side of the door it is on. So it's going to try left, it's going to try right. Once it has movement, it then knows where it's located on the door. Keep that door open. Let's put this last battery in and see what it does. Okay, we just see power right there. So this one might not throw the bolt automatically yet. So we will let the customer do the programming on this. What happens typically is when you put that power, this bolt, it'll move in and out a couple. Now we can go ahead and put that battery cap on. It'll snap. Easy peasy. When you need to change the batteries, this pulls right up. There's your batteries. So the rest of the programming the customer will do, they will use this barcode right here, this QR code. And on the back of these instructions also gives them a QR code. They'll do all the programming. We have installed all the hardware. We've done the mechanical end of it. We'll let them do the programming. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how a locksmith installs a push pad. You could do the same thing a locksmith does. So that there was a full clean swap from old hardware to brand new push pad. If you're trying to learn the business the right way, locksmithblueprint.com.